The Earth, a place we call home, a place full of peace.
You know what they say? Behind every great black man
is the police.
No,
a bunch of slow white apples?
No.
Probable cause.
No.
A place full of innovation. And a place full of hope.
Sir, what is your ambition in life?
Ambition in life. To be the first man who stepped on the sun.
Millions of years ago, there was a time when all living beings lived together on one continent, Pangaea. After millions of years, the continent slowly broke apart into 7 different parts.
I personally think the Earth was flat before Pangaea and something happened with water, and then due to surface tension it caused the Earth to become a sphere like a giant water molecule. I'm no scientist, but I talk to the trees and Earth, and that's what they had to say about it.
I talk to the trees and Earth.
And that's how our 7 continents came to be. Asia, the biggest continent. Asia, however, is different from the other continents. For most people, Americans, you're Asian if you have slanted eyes and are good at math. But there is a big difference between Asian countries. Life differs between Northern Asia, East Asia, South Asia, and West Asia. North Asia.
Welcome to Night City.
Yeah, come on.
The only limit to what you can do is what you're willing to become. So dream big. If you can hack it, the future's yours for the taking.
Russia, probably the only country where everyone is named either Dmitry or Alexander. There are many beautiful cars, but as Russian, you don't drive any of them. You drive a Lada.
Будущее начинается сейчас.
A Lada can do everything. Pull a truck, transform into a transformer,
My name is Optimus Prime.
and even cook with it. In your closet, there are only black Adidas tracksuits.
Men only want one thing, and it's not money, it's not power, it's not love. It's a cool cloak.
The reason Russians love Adidas so much is because of the 1980 Moscow Olympics. Adidas sponsored all the Russian athletes with their tracksuits. This created a new fashion trend in Russia, Adidas. Back then, Adidas was only for rich people, not for everyone like it is today. If you ever visit a Russian, you'll see this carpets everywhere. On the walls, on the floor, on the ceiling, on the sofa, simply everywhere. And if you're hungry and want to eat something, there are only 2 options. You're not allowed to eat sunflower seeds normally though. According to the Russian constitution, you can only eat them if you're in the Russian squat. The Russian squat is much more than just a movement. It's an art. An ancient tradition that embodies the spirit of thousands of Russians. And you can always do the Russian squat.
What in the actual fuck?
At home in bed, on a boat, on the toilet, or with your friends. And if you're thirsty after eating, you don't drink water, because in Russia there's only vodka.
2 shots of vodka.
And somehow, every Russian couple consists of a man who looks like Shrek and a woman who looks like a model. You know you're in Russia when you see a tank, you chill with bears, you see cars flying off buildings, people throwing grenades, and your baker producing drones.
Вчера делали макароны, а сегодня уже патроны. Вот так и здесь. Хотите батоны, а хотите дрон.
When you think of Russia, you automatically think of this person, Vladimir Putin, former KGB agent, black belt, hugged a polar bear, flew on a bird, rode shirtless on a horse through Siberia, went underwater in a submarine, caught a 21-kilogram fish, and can play steel Dre.
Guess who's back?
You either hate this guy or you love him. Back then, during the 2011 presidential election, there was the student Diana. She made videos to show her love for Putin. She even undressed for him. On some Russian website, she encouraged pretty and intelligent women to make videos showing their love for Putin. This resulted in thousands of videos of women dancing for Putin. On the other hand, there are also many protests against Putin. Like Pussy Riot, a band founded by 3 women with the goal of protesting against Putin. They had many songs like Release the Cobblestones, Mother of God, Drive Putin Away, Putin Has Pissed Himself, and a few more. These songs were performed in public in various areas. A year later, the 3 were arrested and sentenced to 2 years in a labor camp. But after their release, they continued their protests. Some members were then arrested again, others were poisoned, some fled, and others were persecuted. Despite the numerous protests against him, Putin has remained president for almost 26 years, but that's probably due to his cool photos. Or perhaps it's simply because the elections are rigged. For example, in some cases, the number of votes cast exceeded the population number. But Putin has done many strange things. Like the anti-meme law, his nuclear briefcase, or the lawsuit against Google in this amount. East Asia. That's the area most people think of when they think of Asia. There's China, with a population of 1.4 billion and their internet censorship.
What's this, you fucking piece of shit?
And it's also the only country where Winnie the Pooh is banned, where Chinese people make fun of the food of white people on TikTok.
Skip, but when does this game get fucking good?
And where they managed to get John Cena to apologize to the country because he considered Taiwan a country.
I 更尊重中国跟中国人，我很抱歉对我的错误。
And where it had a one-child policy.
Dick, nigga, I'm tired of this mother.
Even though most Chinese people today look like this and are known for their math skills and their above-average penis size, as a child, you also have to play a musical instrument and you eat everything that's on the table, which is probably also the reason for COVID. And somehow, every Asian person is played by the same people. Then there's Taiwan, which is only known because China doesn't recognize it as an independent country. Mongolia. Today, it's a small country, but back then Mongolia conquered several countries and was extremely big. All this was thanks to Genghis Khan, who killed millions of people and also impregnated millions of women. That's why nowadays every 200th man is related to Genghis Khan. He died at the age of 65. When you think about Genghis Khan's death, you might say that he fell in battle, died of an illness, or got a 360 no-scope. He fell off a horse, and nobody knows where he was buried.
Everybody that went to Genghis Khan's funeral was murdered. 2,000 slaves attended his funeral, were killed by the soldiers sent to guard them, and that these soldiers in turn were killed by another group of soldiers which killed anyone and anything that crossed their path in order to conceal where he was buried. Finally, legend states that when they reached their destination, they committed suicide.
And although he killed more than 40 million people, he is considered a hero in Mongolia today. But that only until August 12th, 2020, when the Twitter user at Priya_27_ posted 18 tweets about why Genghis Khan should be canceled. In 2025, a discovery changed everything, an ancient text full of bloodlines and dark truths. Among them was the Black Khan. Japan. A country full of cool ninjas and samurai who jump from rooftop to rooftop, stabbing each other. Back then, while the Nazis were attacking almost every country, a guy named Robert Oppenheimer built an atomic bomb in the USA. Then they dropped the bomb on Japan, and 3 days later, another one. After the atomic bombs, the ninjas disappeared and the country was flooded with anime. Today, 3 groups have formed. There are the regular anime fans who mainly watch the most famous anime like Dragon Ball, Naruto, or One Piece, but they still have a normal life. If these pictures look the same to you, then you're an otaku fan. Their lives revolve around anime. Their rooms are full of anime, and their profile picture is, of course, some anime girl. They even run like anime characters. In public, you can easily recognize them by their overweight, unkempt, and oily hair. You'll never see them alone. They're always with their wife, but not a real wife, more like a pillow. You'll see them on trains, eating, sleeping, fighting, or even on a date. Then there are the cosplayers. These are people who dress up as their favorite characters, mostly to meet up with other cosplayers at conventions. But there aren't just anime cosplayers. There are cosplayers of everything. Iron Man, Family Guy, whether old, young, man, or woman. You'll see them all at the conventions.
What happened? I was bitten by a regular spider.
Some people invest hundreds of hours and thousands of euros to create the perfect outfit, only to end up seeing the same outfit 20 times in different places. And then there are those who have given it their all. Then there is Korea. After World War II, Korea got split in two parts. North Korea was run by the Soviets and South Korea by the US. South Korea is the place where Squid Game happened. This blurry pictures you see aren't from the 2020 pandemic. It's from South Korea, and that because of the bad air quality. The WHO says the air quality is so bad, it actually causes cancer. It's so normal over there that it even changed the way people dress. If you live in South Korea, you basically have two choices. Take the red pill and you become a hardcore gamer. From the moment you are born, you will play one of these games for the rest of your life, and your idol will be this happy Asian guy. For those who don't know him, that's Faker.
In the mid lane, the unkillable Demon King, the first inductee into the Hall of Legends, and the greatest of all time, Faker!
He's the Michael Jordan of LOL. He's been #1 since 2013, made over $1.8 million in prize money, and is worth about $10 million. He has an exclusive contract with Razer, a partnership with Nike, is a promoter for Samsung, BMW, Red Bull, Gucci, and many more. In the Forbes Korea Power Celebrity Ranking, he is even at #6 this year. Even the president of North Korea has talked about Faker. He even won a gold medal in 2013 and therefore didn't have to do military service. There's even a Faker Temple, a 5-story building dedicated solely to honor Faker, which attracts thousands of people and is also a tourist hotspot. There's even a prayer zone where fans can worship him. One in 7 people there is addicted to gaming. It was so bad that a shutdown law was passed stopping people under 16 from gaming after midnight. There are even rehabilitation camps to fight against your addiction. But if you take the blue pill, you'll become the biggest K-pop fan. The biggest is probably BTS, and they're probably the most famous people in Korea. They have more than 400 million followers on their social media accounts. They have 23 Guinness World Records. They've been in many TV series. They're so big that they contribute more than $5 billion to the Korean economy every year. But if you cross this border, you're in North Korea. It all started with Kim Il-sung, the founder of the Democratic People's Republic of Korea. During his time in power, he did some strange things. He had hundreds of bronze statues of himself built. And when citizens walk past the statue, they have to bow.
What you saying, huh? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And if they take photos, they have to follow certain rules. For example, if they take a picture of the head, they end up in jail. Selfie, jail. Photo from behind, jail. A blurry photo, jail. He also established the rule that every household must have a portrait of him, and later one of his son, Kim Jong-il. But there were rules for that too. The portraits have to hang in the best room of the house without any other objects next to them. Another rule was that they have to be cleaned every day, and only with a clean white towel. They also have to be stored separately, and when you clean the portraits, you're not allowed to touch them with your hand, only with the towel. Another rule is that when you walk past the portraits, you should stand straight and not turn your back. The portraits are everywhere, in schools, homes, trains, and shops. To ensure that this is being done, there are inspectors called Inminban who regularly check the portraits. Failure to comply with these rules can lead to imprisonment imprisonment or re-education camps. In 2019, there was a case where a woman rescued her 2 children from her burning house, but the portrait was set on fire. Because she didn't save the portraits, she was forbidden from seeing her children again and was sent to a re-education camp. On July 19, 1994, it was announced on Korean television that Kim Il-sung had died. But the people didn't really cry because they were publicly forced to cry to show their loyalty. If you didn't mourn or showed enough emotion, you were sent to a labor camp for at least 6 months. After his death, his son Kim Jong-il ruled the country. Kim Jong-il was known for his style, his magical birth, and the way how he looks at things. And just like his father, he also died of a heart attack. And people had to mourn him as well. After his death, his son Kim Jong-un took over and still rules the country. Under Kim Jong-un, there is no internet access. No one knows that other countries exist. Kim must be honored in schools. And the government dictates what clothes can be worn, which hairdressers are allowed. Entry into the country is impossible. Only certain individuals are allowed in, and even then, usually only under strict control for propaganda purposes to portray the country in a positive light. The beginning of time is the birth year of Kim Il-sung, 1912. In political elections, there is only one option. If you don't vote, jail. In the 2010 World Cup, North Korea participated for the first time in a long while and lost all 3 group stage matches. Because of their poor performance, the players were punished in North Korea. North Korea is also known for its lies. These include claims of possessing impressive military capabilities and successes, the importance of human rights, being the first humans on Earth, Kim Jong-il scoring 11 holes in one in a single round of golf, Kim's family not using the toilet, nature mourning Kim Jong-il's funeral, Kim Jong-il inventing the hamburger, and North Korea discovering a real unicorn. But outside of North Korea, Kim Jong-un is actually just a joke. South Asia. South Asia includes all the countries that aren't considered Asian. India, with over 1.4 billion citizens, where a new child is born every 1.34 seconds. And yet everyone is either a computer scientist, uploads videos to YouTube, or is a scammer.
Do not redeem! Do not redeem the card! What? Do not redeem the cards!
And then there's Indian Hollywood, Bollywood.
Mister, you better take your gay porn and walk right out of this bar.
But it's nothing like Hollywood. In every Bollywood film, there are sudden dance scenes. There are always unrealistic scenes.
This has got to be the most realistic display of physics I have ever seen, right next to the Fast and Furious universe.
And they always use the same sound effects. And although most Indians look like that, they have a serious problem with dark skin. In India, light skin is associated with beauty and power, and dark skin with poverty and ugliness. That's why directors always look for white actors. Even on marriage ads, people state their skin color. At Miss India, you only see white women. That's why there are also the most blatantly racist advertisements on television.
Double strength peptide और जड़ी बूटियां जो अंदर समाए और गोरा बनाए 4 हफ्तों में.
And Indians are also known for not having the best image online.
Do you target specific nationalities?
Yes. Like those Indians, we don't go for Indians because they are very cheap people.
One reason for this could be that Indians upload the cringiest videos in the world.
My life, my rules. My style, my attitude. You love me or hate me.
There are thousands of memes about Indians not showering, about their Indian accent, or about them not using toilets. Under every Israel-Palestine post, you see an Indian defending Israel as if it were his own homeland. And under every picture of a woman, you see an Indian asking her to marry him.
Come to India, meet with me. India supports Israel.
I am from Iran.
India supports Iran.
Bangladesh. Exactly the same as India, except they have a Japanese flag with a green background. Then there's Pakistan, India's neighbor. It's practically the same as India, except they're Muslim and eat cows. Although they're very similar, the two countries hate each other. They hate each other so much that every day there's a military show at the border to demonstrate that their country is better. By the way, both countries are nuclear powers and are among the top 7 countries with the most nuclear bombs. Nepal, the only country that doesn't have a normal flag, is really only known for Mount Everest. If you ever want to climb Mount Everest, remember that more than 400 people have already died there, most because there are far too many people on the mountain. That's also why the summit looks like a landfill. There's even a list on Wikipedia of everyone who has died there, among them Marco Siffredi. In 2001, he climbed Mount Everest and then snowboarded down the mountain. A year later, he climbed back up and wanted to snowboard down again, but this time from the other side, which is much steeper and more dangerous. With the words "see you tomorrow," he set off and he was never seen again. The mountain is also full of dead bodies. If you still want to go, remember that there's a theory that a Yeti lives on Mount Everest. And then there's Bhutan, Sri Lanka, and the Maldives. West Asia. In West Asia, there are the Arabs, the Persians, the Turks, the Caucasians, and a few others. There are two different types of Arab countries. There are the Arab countries ruled by dictators, which are or have been in a civil war, which hate Israel, are very poor, and whose countries look something like this, like Iraq, Syria, Yemen, Lebanon, Jordan, Palestine. And then there are the Arab countries ruled by kings, which have endless money because of their oil, have a good relationship with Israel, and look like this, like Saudi Arabia, for example. They own 17% of the world's oil, which is worth about 19.72 billion euros. Even the royal family has an estimated net worth of 1.4 billion euros. They are so rich that the King of Saudi Arabia gave each player a Rolls-Royce because they won against Argentina in the 2022 World Cup. And this day is now a national holiday. They're so rich, they give away cars. In 2017, they announced Project Neom, a 26,500 square kilometer city of the future, would cost approximately 500 billion euros. The city is supposed to consist of 4 parts: a 170 kilometer long stretch called the Line, a 38 square kilometer port, a futuristic mountain city, and an 840,000 square meter island. If you think that's crazy, then you haven't seen the Camel Beauty contest with prize money exceeding 14 million euros. If you want to go to Saudi Arabia though, you have to follow the strict rules. Besides Saudi Arabia, there's also Oman, the United Arab Emirates, Kuwait, and Qatar. Then there are the Caucasus countries, and a few more. Bye.
Man, 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 man.